Today we are creating a whipped mango body butter. The base for this body butter is mango butter. We are using about 4 ingredients, so it is a simple technique that you can recreate at home or for a business. It has a soft texture. It is not very hard. So compared to the traditional body butter textures, it is softer, and compared to the whipped cocoa butter body butter that I created last week, it is also softer than that. So you can say it has more of a cream type of texture, which is pretty good, and it holds up in the winter time. During the much more warmer temperatures, it may be easy, it might easily melt, but if you have it in somewhere cool, it should hold up during that time. Now let's begin with our formulation. We're going to begin by adding our mango butter. Our mango butter is 50% of this formula, so that is equivalent to 225 grams because this is a 450 grams batch. Mango butter has a nice smooth texture, so it's in between shea butter and cocoa butter. So it's not as soft as shea butter, but it's also not as hard as cocoa butter, hence why it gave you the result that it gives. So it's right in the in-between section. So if you're looking for something that's right in the middle where it concerns texture, then you could definitely opt for mango butter. So at first, I definitely underestimated how much of this could all hold in the jar. So I did have to substitute it and switch to this one. I also wanted to add that this formula is not as light as my previous formula that I created. It is a bit on the heavier texture, and some people do like that heavier texture. They actually do prefer that coat on their skin, hence why I created this one, because sometimes, you know, the weather or sometimes whatever skin issue you have going on, it calls for something heavier than our previous body butter mixture, which is a bit of a lighter texture. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our carrier oils. For this formula, we are going to be using avocado oil and grapeseed oil. We are adding avocado oil because I do want that heavier coat on the skin. Avocado is a bit of a heavier oil. It does feel heavier on the skin, but it also feels good on the skin, and it does exactly what it sets out to do, which is to make you feel moisturized and not so dry during any type of time where you have like super dry skin. I'd opt for avocado oil. That's why it works really well in body scrubs as well. As you know, I am a fan of grapeseed oil because of how it feels on the skin and because it's not as heavy as other oils. So I did combine it with the avocado oil. Yes, I wanted the avocado oil because of that nice heavy coat, but I also wanted to add the grapeseed oil so it has like a nice balance. Next, we're gonna go ahead and start adding in our cool down phase. This includes our vitamin E oil. I really love adding vitamin E oil to my products. It takes the formula from like 0 to 100. It makes everything so much better. So that's one of my favorite ingredients to add in. So we're adding in our vitamin E oil at 1%, and 1% is 4.5 grams. Go ahead and add in our essential oils. So essentially, my essential oils are added at 1%. You could do a combination of 2 essential oils. I did opt for lavender oil a little bit and a little bit of turmeric oil. Just a disclaimer, turmeric oil does have a strong scent, so when you add too much to your body butter, the scent really stands out, and you probably would have to cover it with your fragrance oil. The next thing you want to add is our fragrance oil. The fragrance oil is optional. You can add it if you like, or you can maintain the scent from the essential oils. The fragrance oil we are also adding at 1%, and this is also 4.5 grams. You can add more if you want or less. This is absolutely up to you. Now that we've added our fragrance oil in, we're gonna go ahead and add in our mica to give this mango butter a nice orange color to reflect the mango that's in it. I don't really measure how much mica I'm adding, but just for the sake of this video, I added about 6.5 grams. You know, the mica, sometimes you have to basically add it to the point that with the mica, you add it based on the color that you're going for. So you can add more or you can add less, but you can test it out to see which color works for you. As I've completed adding in my mica, I'm going to take my stirring rod and I'm going to stir around this mixture just to get it broken up a bit and mix it around so it can be ready once I take out my melted butters. Look at that. It is out. I like to mix it at the texture it is right now. A little bit of solid around the edges, a little bit of solid on the top, but once you dip it, it's still liquid in the middle. That's a good time for me to start mixing it because it's not too hard yet, it's not too soft, and also once you're mixing it, it starts to cool down as well. So I like to start mixing it right at this point here. It's now time for me to go ahead and mix my melted butters and oils together. I'm going to also go ahead and add in my cool down phase. I'm going to add this to the mixture first, and then I'm going to start mixing it so everything can get incorporated accordingly. Notice how bright the color is. Look how bright it's looking in this picture once I mix it around. It doesn't stay that color for long, but look how bright it is once it's mixed at this temperature. Now it's all mixed up. I let it sit for a little while and I came back to it, and now it's a bit solid. It's solid to the point that's as solid as I'd like it to be. That's a good temperature for me to mix it up so I can see the final color that it will turn into, and then I'm able to start pouring it into my jars. Look at that. Look how the color has changed. This texture that it has, it makes it so much easier to put into jars. And if you're wondering if it's going to get harder and to the point that you can pipe it into a bag, you probably could pipe it into the bag when it gets harder, but it's honestly not going to get that hard. All right, this product won't get that hard. With the recipe that I have here, it's not created to make it so hard. I wanted it to be a bit softer, so it's not as soft as this picture, which it has the possibility to be, but it is not harder either. So it's like an in-between of what you see here in this 24 hours later. So this is a picture of it 24 hours later. This is how it looks. I left it in the jar because I wanted you to see how it would look 24 hours later. And it still is solid, but it's also still soft. Like, it's still spreadable on the skin. It still has a nice, soft, creamy texture. Like, it's that in between body butter and cream. Nice, soft, creamy texture. Feels good on the skin. Does have the coating that I'm looking for. So I would say this is a plus. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I do invite you to ask questions in the comment section if you have any questions, and also tell me what you think about this product. Tell me what you can. Drop something in the comment section so that I know you were here. All right, and thanks for watching again. I don't know if you guys already know, but I sell digital skincare business downloads, from thank you cards to Instagram story highlights. I do have a Print My Brain session as well, and an e-guide as well to start your own skincare business on a budget. If you're interested in that, click the link below. If you enjoyed this video, then you may enjoy one of my other videos about how to make a simple whipped body butter, or just go ahead and watch my playlist on how to start your skincare business on a budget, and a lot of other informational tips and tricks as well. Thanks again, like and share.